Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the weekly Arena Kings tournament at chess.com. It's the cash tournament for streamers prize tournament in which only streamers can win the prizes regardless of whether you are a titled player or not. Although only streamers can win a prize, everybody can participate. So if you want to play in the group together with and maybe against me, I recommend logging on to chess.com right now. I'll put the link in the chat for the tournament. Yeah, I'm a bit late today because I just came from the TV studio. We have been following Magnus Carlsen in the Tata Steel chess tournament, and it was a very long game. A bit of poor timing on Magnus's part, but he got there in the end. It's a shared lead with Giri and Mamedyarov, and it's looking pretty exciting before the last three games. That Thomas is in the chat saying I'm hoping for some easy wins. That is correct. I'm hoping to recruit some easy wins, as I'm hoping for more participants to give me easy games. I think he said it tongue-in-cheek, but you know, I really like those quick wins in this format, so I would be happy to get some. Snobble Joel asks, is the tournament 3 plus 2 seconds increment? And no, it's 3 minutes without increment, so it's a pretty rapid time control. I'm gonna try to do another screen grab so that we can see the participants list as it gets closer to starting. Yeah, now I regret my capture. Actually, I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do another one with a bit more information. I'm gonna do this one. So we see we have Hammer, the top seed. I don't think that's going to last for long. There's going to be a lot of really strong players in it. Last couple of times we have had the Chess Bras. We have had Kirico from Brazil winning in stunning fashion last week. And we've had some other guys as well. But it's still 17 more minutes until we start. Malgari asks, you have to be streaming to participate? No. Anyone can participate, but only the streamers can win prizes. So it's going to be a big field. Hey Hammer, says Ghetto Porridge. And Fevang says good evening. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm still in uniform, if you can call it that. Suit, no tie, and shirt. I took off my good shoes. It's raining in Oslo today. It's been snowing for a very long time, and now it started raining, and it's the worst kind of weather when the snow is washed away. It just gets this. It's the worst. Søype. Det verste noensinne. I actually considered doing my Pro Chess League fantasy but I think I'm too tired right now. I think I'm gonna do it after the stream, at the end, after the tournament. I'm gonna try to get my fantasy picks in for the Pro Chess League. There's a new round tomorrow. The Norwegian team, Norway Gnomes, or my team. There's actually two Norwegian teams. We are playing Mumbai. We're quite big underdogs. We're missing our two star players, Magnus Carlsen and Arjan Tari, our two world champions. So amongst other things, I have had to step in on board number 1. So it's gonna be a tricky one. It's really slippery in Trondheim, says Magma Fire. Yeah, I was walking very slowly back to my apartment from the TV studio because I thought if I slip now, there's not gonna be a stream. So better the stream being a couple of minutes late than me being injured hitting my head. This is not good for India, says HMW Live. Apparently we have some Indian connection. He's not looking forward to hammer time against the Mumbai Movers. That is tomorrow's match. I'll be playing, which wasn't actually the plan, but I'll be streaming at the same time. So there's going to be a Pro Chess League playing and while streaming tomorrow. I recommend it, but I'm not really sure how it's going to be. I don't know if I can talk nearly as much as I usually do. I kind of feel a commitment to the team, but at the same time, there's the time control is pretty generous. It's 15 minutes plus 2 seconds. So I don't think I'm going to be too disturbed by the fact that I'm live at the same time. I've had some practice the past couple of weeks, so I think it's going to work out okay. Heiser says I should change the stream title. I should. I was gonna. I had it on my agenda, and then the Twitch page didn't load, and then I forgot. So let's do Hammer Time Arena Kings Tournament. That's gonna be enough. And then let's put the language to English. Thank you, chat, for being attentive to that. HMW Live asks, what is CM? And he has noticed this Black Dog 30 from Uruguay has a CM title. I believe it's Candidate Master, and it's given to people with a rating of 2200 or higher. 2200 or higher. And you don't have to be that at the moment. You just have to have accomplished 2200 and then I guess buy the title from the World Chess Federation. Eilertson asks, how much do you get if you win the tournament? So the prizes are that the top titled player who is streaming during will win a prize of $100, which is not too bad for 2 hours of play. Trek Guy is very impressed, coming from the TV2 live broadcast for 7 hours and then straight to streaming. I must say, I'm pretty happy with myself as well. But I'm not gonna disappoint people when I have announced a stream. And we got a chess bra in the house, Amon Hamilton. And he's lower rated than I am. That is actually kind of surprising. Amon does not take the top seed spot. He actually was in it last week, but I never got a game against him. I just kept getting games against Georg Meyer, and he's such a tricky guy. So I'm really hoping to get some interesting games against Amon, who I should be able to beat, as opposed to Georg, who is this very solid German guy. HMW Life says, today I've heard Hammer's voice too much, to be honest. Yeah. Tough life. I don't know. Complain to Magnus. He was playing for way too long. Those 7-hour stretches, it's too much. Muttville is talking about Magnus's performance today. I was really impressed by him. He or she says, and I agree. I think Magnus played a really good game today, well, he beat Wesley So. Obviously, you need to do something pretty smart in order to accomplish that. And Magnus today was he was good, and he was accurate, and he kept his focus throughout. So that was, and the opening was kind of, double-edged, and he always just managed to keep the tension in the position. So a very good game today by Magnus. Ignorante is not happy with my focus. Time to focus. You can win this one, says El Ignorante in the chat. Yeah, no, I can win this one for sure. I agree. But I really feel like I played Georg too many times the other day, last week. And we ruined each other's tournament. Because this is a tournament where you get more points for having streaks. So if you win many games in a row, you get much more points. So every time I ended up playing Georg, it would be a really tough game, and often I would lose my streak. And so hopefully the same won't happen today, but you never know. It's always going to be very close because it's a tough field. There's a lot of good players. You cannot expect to win every single game. Pompe asks, how can you go from knowing how to play chess to actually understand the positions you are in? I'm not sure how to interpret that question, but I suppose that it's just about practice. Your understanding will improve the more chess you do, and as you improve, as will your understanding. Chess Bay is in the house. You must not let Manared Monkey defeat you again. Manared Monkey. Mannered, of course. Mannered Monkey. Who is this monkey? I don't know. It's Kurtz. So Kurtz. I lost to Kurtz last week. But on the other hand, I beat him twice 2 weeks ago. So, it goes up and down. But if there's a special request for focus against Kurtz, I will certainly keep that in mind. Mannered Monkey is his Twitch handle. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I don't want to be the victim of a monkey, even a well-behaved one. Good luck, says Awesome 843. Solomonson asks, any plans for adding subscriber emotes? Yes, I have big plans for that, but I have so much going on with the Tata Steel tournament going, having to work doing commentary during that. So for the moment, I've put it aside and put it on my to-do list. It's coming. Eilertson says, after 7 hours with Tata Steel, it's nice to calm down with some chess. Yeah, what could be more relaxing? Okay, we have a new first seed. Another Canadian. I lost to this guy last week. I tried checking his name, but it was some Canadian I never heard of. But these Canadians are tricky. 2 Canadians among the top 3 seeds. That's double trouble. Will Hansen play? Asks El Ignorante. I think Eric will probably not play because there's still a game going on in the Tata Steel tournament. Hu Yifan is still trying to defend some very tricky ending against Adiban. And Eric is doing commentary. So I don't think he will make it in time. And Chess Bay confirms that Eric will not be able to play. Batman is a cool guy asks, do you think you could play the Caro-Kann or Ready opening at some point in this tournament? That is actually pretty clever. Being the first one to request an opening, I will grant your wishes. I will play the Ready, I will play the Caro-Kann. I might even do it more than once. It really pays off coming with some requests. And we have information from the Netherlands. Hu Yifan has drawn her very difficult game. So she's still probably going to be very disappointed with her points, but at least she avoided a defeat against Adiban. So in the first game, number 1 is paired against number 2. So I'm going to get a game against Revnov. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But Revnov is going to be my first round opponent. I lost against him last week, so it's going to be a really tough one. Reyes Arsenal says, what a night this is going to be. Arsenal on TV and Hammer Time on Twitch. Could it get any better? One more minute until we start. Who do you think will win the Tata Steel? Asks Lord Axe. Well, I think Carlsen, right? When he's tied for the lead with 3 rounds remaining, he's going to be a pretty big favorite to win the whole thing. Loomster is very happy with our Norwegian TV2 coverage of the Tata Steel tournament. That is right, folks. In Norway, we have chess on TV. It's pretty cool. I'm going to remove the participants list because we are about to start. 8 more seconds. Banjo Snorkel making a joke. What's Arsenal's rating and who is he playing? That's kind of funny. Okay, let's do something chicken to make sure that I don't lose and my opponent doesn't win. So I remember last time I played this opening line, it was a complete disaster. So let's play something more solid this time. E5. It's passive and clever at the same time. F5. I actually don't like that move. I think in this line you should keep the pawn. Keep the pawn back. Knight F6. I don't know. Let's do bishop g5. It's very positionally based. Get control over the e4 and or d5 square. I want to do b4 as well, but let's try to take control over some central squares first. And then we can do b4 afterwards. How's your chess brain after a long day of analyzing? I think we're going to find out. This is going to be the big test. Okay, interesting. I'm going to take with the knight. I think maybe he underestimated that, since it's a fork, but then I have knight d5. Now I have g4, but my bishop is still hanging, so I'll go bishop back. And then he has knight here. Maybe I didn't play that very well. Let's go here. The design for chess.com changed a little bit. The font for the clocks changed. I'm going to go f3, queen e4, and rook to c1. Not necessarily in that order. I'm also going to go bishop d2. I might actually start with that. Trade. Nothing bad going on. Let's take the open file. Rook c7 coming. Either I'm going to get checkmated or I'm actually doing very well. I am playing the Pro Chess League tomorrow. Okay, queen f7, interesting. Stops rook c7. Threatens the pawn on d5. I may have misplayed this already. Okay, so rook rook f4 was a threat. Now rook takes f2 was a threat. Yeah, now I'm just worse. Now I'm just worse. Okay, I'll probably have to do this at some point. So let's do it now. And now we're just gonna blitz. It's gonna be a big blitz duel. That is so poor. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I think that proves it. I think that proves it. He's not massively good, but now I lost to him twice, and then you kind of get this, it's this guy. He's a tricky guy. He's a good guy. He's creating a lot of trouble for me. And even I just played something incredibly boring. And even then I just managed to flag myself or something. Toughest opponent done. Time for 8 wins in a row, says Solomonson. So let's do 8 wins in a row. I like the sound of that. Sounds good to me. Maybe you should have a beer and relax, suggests Ghetto Porridge. Is it like 15 seconds delay? Probably something like that. I'm gonna go for the pawns. He's trying to protect his pawns. And I'm gonna force them onto white squares. And then I'm using my king to win them, essentially. Let's go here. And then this one, next move. It's gonna be a quick win. Quick endgame win. Those are rare. Okay, I'm not going to take this one. There's a discovered attack with King D3. But I'm going to go here. And then here. And then take this one. Bishop f5 instead of bishop e6. Says move by move. I don't know. I don't know. Way past that point. I'm going to win anyway. I have the bishop pair, a better king, a better pawn structure. Maybe bishop f5 would have been better, but no time to worry about the past right now. You should try the Danish gambit with white, says Alafen. Yeah, no, I already got some suggestions for openings, but that one is too far out. I think we'll stay away from anything Danish. We do not like our former colonial masters. Resigns, and we're off. I'm gonna take a sneak peek at the standings, and I'm way behind. The leader has 9 points and I'm on 2, but it'll even itself out. I just gotta get back into it. A lot of the times I've gotten a good start and really just started playing poorly after that. So now I got a poor start, but I can strike back. A London system, asks Sneak Mid. Yeah, I might go for that. It worked out pretty well for Magnus today. So it should be good enough for me. Let's do bishop f4. It's not the London system, but it's similar-ish. Let's do some rooks towards the center of the board. Let's do a rerouting of the knight to d3. That is the best position for the Stonewall knight. Seven to go, says Batman. And that is 7 to go for his prediction that I will win 8 in a row. And I'm a big fan of that prediction, so let's try. Let's go for it. Kick the knight back, then come to f4. He has a solid stone wall setup, so it's going to take some time to break down. No quick wins against the stone wall, unfortunately. Milton Keyes system. I can honestly say I have never heard of that. Never heard of that. Also, I thought that people in the Milton Keyes didn't like Norwegian interference. We know what happened when you got a Norwegian soccer coach. Okay, this was a mistake. E4 was a mistake. What makes the stone wall so strong? It's just the fact that it's disruptive to the bishop on g2. You take away all the natural diagonals the bishop would normally do very well on. My guy is playing pretty well from Croatia, Nehazumov. He's playing pretty well. But let's try to beat him in an endgame, attacking 2 pawns. But he will protect both pawns. And then improve the king. Let's attack with a pawn and see what happens. Let's go here. It's a bit unpleasant for white. No, for black, I mean. G4, maybe G5 next. There's this pawn on H7. I can maybe try to take it. Just gradually improving my position. Interesting. Let's do a check. No. 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 Okay, I'm gonna do this check and see if he goes with the queen. Yeah, he didn't do that, and now I go with the king, with his king having blocked the F file. Something I was hoping to achieve. And there's a discussion in the chat how you get the best drawing chances against a grandmaster. And one guy is saying you're insane to go into an endgame against the Hammer, because Hammer is such a beast, which is of course very accurate. Very accurate. I am such a beast. Let's do a pawn endgame. Pawn ending. This is going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. You have a move, I have a move. And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Good game, he says in the chat. He understood that my king, having the opposition, will infiltrate and win a black pawn. Ooh, such technique, says Irigis. Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty sweet. And Batman is making a decent case for that. Grandmasters have good technique, but with many pieces on the board, it increases their odds of making a mistake. So we have another stone wall. Wow. Both with white and with black, but this is a new guy. The stone wall system is a popular opening. And I basically have the same position as I did in the last game. And I'm just going to do the same stuff. It's nothing complicated. Just do the same stuff. This one is more aggressive. So my opponent today is, or this game, is going for the G4 attack. But that also weakens the king. So let's see who benefits. I'm doing my minority attack, trying to get in B4. Yeah, maybe it's not so easy. B4 is going to be difficult to achieve. I should probably do this. Now I'm slightly scared of knight G5. Knight G5 would be, oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Knight G5. Okay, so now it's a bit scary. Knight sacrifices. And it's not even really a knight sacrifice. It's just 2 pieces for a rook. It's about equal material. Now I might go F6. Number 1, it stops him from sacrificing. And number 2, I fork his pieces. I'm going to do it. Fork. He takes. I think it's out of desperation, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's take back and do this. And now I have knight F8, a good solid defensive move. Can I look at the tournament standings without a chess.com account? Asked Kobuteran. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I guess really as the streamer, I should be providing you with the standings as well. But I haven't set up to do that. I'll try to improve upon that for later arena streams. Okay, my opponent finally made a mistake, and I'm gonna pounce. I was really low on time, and I think it really describes well the difficulties he managed to give me. But in the end, I managed to fend off his attack and get on the counter with an extra piece. Let the hammer fall, says the chat. I promised to play the ready opening. That's one knight f3 and then g3. And then we're going to fianchetto stuff. Let's fianchetto a lot of stuff. Let's do the other one as well. 2 fianchettos in Reddy's style or spirit. He's giving me a bishop. Wow. But I'm such a chicken, I'm not gonna take it. I kind of like my knight here, blocking him from doing scary stuff. Let's do this move. Yeah. Great Norwegian endgame technique, says Mulgari about the pawn ending. I was actually pretty happy about that. Reserved, but happy. It's always nice to dominate your opponent by just exchanging pieces. Being better at exchanges than your opponent. It's effective, but also high level, understanding what exchanges are good for you. If he goes a5, I'm probably going to sacrifice something. And if he doesn't go a5, I'm probably going to push. And push. The active king was the key, says Mulgari. That is correct. Thank you, King, for your contribution in the pawn ending. He has no attack on the h-file, whereas I'm going to be attacking stuff very soon with my knight coming into e5, bishop possibly on a3. It's going to be a lot of threats. But it's going to be difficult to decide what to do because there's so many tempting options. Knight e5 is my chosen move. Threatening knight takes g6. Batman is suddenly becoming a fan of the ready opening, but I would strongly advise you not judge it by just one game. Probably give it a couple of games before you adopt it yourself. Soon I'm coming on the B file. Actually, maybe I should be disappointed about this. 1600 from Turkey. It feels like a game I should be able to to get pretty quickly. But I think he's played okay, and he's gotten me thinking a couple of times. And that thinking part is what destroys it. In this format, it's really not good to think. It really takes away all your time. Okay, thank you. Another nail for Hammer, says El Ignorante. And now we're approaching a checkmate situation. And it's hammer time! Every checkmate followed by hammer time. Let's do another ready. No, wait, I'm playing Amon. Let's do something mainstream. That's a good thing about the ready opening, that you can change your mind depending on your opponent's response. Okay, so he's playing bishop d6. I'm supposed to know something about this, but yeah, I do not. Let's play some normal looking moves. Cannot be that bad. Maybe not critical for the black position, but it's not gonna be a massive problem for me either. Is he gonna go e5? Probably not, but let's put the rook on d1 just in case. Yeah, he's coming for me. It's gonna be another stone wall. Let's move the bishop out of the way. f5, I'll play e3. And then he'll go g5, and we got a game. And we got ourselves a ball game. g5. I'm gonna do b4, b5 as fast as possible, because I really need to open some files on the queen side. I need to have some attacking points in the black position. So rook b1 and b4. And I can see that he's doing stuff over here, but for the moment I'm going to ignore it and start doing my own, just do my own thing over here. My bishop is doing actually a pretty good job of covering some stuff. Okay, so now I feel like it's time to do some trading and infiltrate. So let's take this one, take this one. Take this one. It's not fantastic, but it should be okay. Probably here I should do. I think I'm getting the bishop, because if he goes bishop b8, then I'm actually trapping his rook. So I'm getting his bishop, and then I'm gonna get my bishop out of the cave. It's been hiding on e1, but once I eliminate his bishop, I'll be ready to do some stuff with mine. So I'm pretty happy about my position. Queen c6 is a possibility. Then I get his light squared bishop. Which one would I rather have? It's a tough call. It's a very tough call. Which one would I rather have? I'll take the exchange. I think I can win an exchange, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm pretty afraid of getting checkmated on the h-file, especially with the bishop taking out the f1 square. But I think probably I'll be in time with counterplay. Ah, he takes with the knight, of course. Yeah. Maybe I should change my plan. Takes, knight takes. Let's do this instead. I changed my mind. I realized I'm not gonna win the exchange. Well, maybe I could have taken on e4, but it feels very risky giving up my bishop. Whereas this is pretty safe. This I'm gonna thank you. Ah, he has queen c8. I think he just lucked out. I think he got very lucky. Ah, he's low on time. He's low on time. Let's take this one. I don't know if I get checkmated. No way. This one. Let's just take everything and then exchange. And the bishop is doing such a good job of keeping everything protected. And put the rook on an open file. That's going to be it. That's going to be a win. Thank you. So it's a good start. How are we? I was supposed to get 8 in a row. I'm now on 5. Ready opening, says the crowd. It's a good opening. And now we're going for the Caro-Kann. Going for the Caro-Kann. 2 in a row with recommended openings from the crowd. Nice one, says Eilertsen. Always follow opening recommendations from the chat, says Iring. Bishop d3. I'm tempted by this move. Probably I should just take and go knight g6. Yeah. I'm threatening this one. Ah, actually there I could have taken on d3. That would have been a very nice tactic. I should pay more attention. Ah, h6. Where's the bishop gonna go? Nowhere to go for the bishop. And then I can take this one, take this one. And then go back. Ready to take this one. If knight b3, then bishop e7. Yeah, this didn't turn out as well as I had expected. So now he should go knight d3 through c1. No, he's using the rook. He's using the rook. I don't think that was the best way of doing it, because I can always protect my pawn with my e-pawn. And now I'm going to have a very strong plan of g6 going back and then forward. This is going to be very effective, this plan. No way of stopping those black pawns. It's just going to be a monster. I'm playing Caro-Kann reasonably often, so I am the great Caro-Kann player now of our time. No, there's some good guys playing it. I think Dreyev has been doing it basically his entire career. Rodstein is playing a bit of Caro-Kann. He's pretty strong. I don't think that knight is going to survive for too much longer. I might not even actually take his knight. After knight f3, I'm just going to go rookie 8. I'm not even going to allow him to sacrifice 2 pawns for a piece. Let's do this one. Yeah, I'm not sure that was clever, but I thought I get the A file, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be in my advantage, to my advantage, or his. It might actually be to his advantage. B6 is a nice undermining move. Vertwitch says, I like this stream very much. Keep doing it till you're old. And then some people would say I'm already old. I'm guessing the internet TV audience is already younger than I am. Okay, so I'm a piece up. I got this game under control. Now another one coming. And my opponent resigned. He was down to 10 seconds on the clock as well. And my back is already hurting. My back is already hurting. I feel so old. Let's see, can we do another Caro-Kann? No. Let's do a Queen's Gambit declined. This is classical old school openings. This is chess openings for old people. So I feel very much at home. Let's do the Lasker variation. He's a very old guy. Not sure what to do here though. That's not good. What's going on here? Let's do A5. I actually played this as white against Wesley So. And this is supposed to be one of those openings where black is just volunteering to be squeezed. But somehow I ended up getting a losing position with white after 20 moves against Wesley. But he did not play it as poorly as I did. That A5 move was a disaster. And then he played this pretty good move. Bishop B5. Now I need to scramble. This is not good. Knight D5. Then I can go Bishop D7 afterwards. Maybe it's not that bad for me. Maybe it's not that bad. It's deceiving how it feels like that black is just messing up. And that's how I got into trouble against Wesley. I just felt like there was no trouble for white, and then I fell into something and just got into huge trouble. Now I'm thinking too much. Overthinking. It's a big disease. This one looks good. Well, good is maybe too much because I really weakened the c6 square. So by good, I mean that was probably a very bad move. Ooh, that's a very bad move. It's not good. How to survive. And preferably, I don't want to survive. I want to keep my winning streak. But when you've played a bad opening, you don't have the luxury of choosing whether you're going for a win or just trying to make a draw. So the best way of making a draw is just playing really quickly and hoping for the best. So that's what I'm going to do. He has control over the c file. He can attack b6. He has so many good things going on that he's going to get confused. He's going to feel like, oh, I have such a good position. And then he's going to spend all this time looking for the killer move. And then I'm hoping that no killer move exists and I'm able to strike back. Okay, so he's going with his knight to c4 to try to get at the b6 pawn. That's a pretty good plan. It's a good plan. I'll just have to keep my do nothing, just try to defend strategy going. Counterattack on the pawn. And now suddenly I'm better. I'm better with the pin on the c file. He made a mistake. I exploited it. And now I'm going for the win. Going for the win. Going for the win. Ah, knight takes here. Tricky guy. Very tricky guy. Very tricky guy. Let's do this. And this. Maybe he's going to take here anyhow. No, there, and now this is my plan. And then this. He has e4. But now I have a pawn up, rook ending. Let's try to be a bit accurate. No, that ship already sailed. Trying to be a bit accurate, but I had already done something inaccurate. So now I'm just going to have to flag him because now I did something more inaccurate. No, he's trying to flag me. I played this horribly. Terribly. Wow. This is so bad. I managed to get the rook ending with a pawn up. But now I'm actually scrambling just to flag him. Wow. Okay, so I did flag him, but I let him back into the game. I think at some point there I started playing okay. I exploited his mistake, but then I made a mistake of my own and got into some weird stuff. Bishop g5. That's going to be the attempt for this game. And then, I don't know, castles maybe? Play faster, says HMW Live. If only it was that easy. Play faster. Chess is a tricky game. I cannot just play faster. Okay, I probably misplayed the opening horrendously. And I have attack looming on files and diagonals. But on the other hand, I've been worse. I've had worse positions than this. And this knight back to e6 was not the most threatening move. We're having some emote thinking in the chat. I actually like that. I would be very happy to get some suggestions for subscriber emotes. I'm not sure 97 is going to make the cut, but I'm happy to get some other suggestions. Okay, I just gave away my bishop pair, and I'm being outplayed going into an endgame against a 2100 player. So we had the discussion going about going into an endgame against a grandmaster, and right now I'm thinking some endings are better than others. This might be one of those endings in which you should go into it, definitely, because black is just better with his bishop pair. I'm gonna try to do this. Go with the knight to a5, and then maybe double some rooks against the black king. Okay, that's very generous, giving me that extra tempo. Do I want to take the bishop? I'm gonna say no, but I might have changed my mind. So he was probably smart in moving his bishop. Now he should go h5. Maybe I should stop it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna take the opportunity to exchange the bishops, and then he no longer has the bishop pair. So that's gonna be good for me. And then I'm gonna double the rooks. Hammer face emote. How would that differ from a normal just hammer? Why would you want a face? Okay, now we're gonna go into the Grandmaster ending discussion once again. How is this gonna be? This is gonna be interesting. A rook ending. I'm gonna try to attack the b pawn. It's an isolated pawn, which makes for a good target. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. So now I'm gonna go here. I'll take. I think he should have taken back with a pawn, because now I get my king so close. I would think it's trouble. But I'm very low on time. Very low on time. Ah, I misplayed this. And now he has rook e5. Maybe I'm the one being outplayed. Wow. Ooh, this got complicated. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just hoping he doesn't either. Let's rush. Rush. Then back. Then attack. I'm going to take that pawn. Then I'll go here. Check. Oh no. It's gonna be a draw. Very bad news. Okay, let's just... I'm getting a low on time as well. I didn't deserve to win that one. So it's a draw against McModern. Very well done. That was not good. It ruined my streak. But he played a good game. I don't know what to say. He played a good game. And he went into the end game and he held his own. So that's today's lesson, that maybe if you get a good ending, you can still do very well against grandmasters. My face on the hammer. Yeah, suddenly I dislike the idea much more. Okay, I'm gonna do a Stonewall. It's been working so well for my opponents, so let's try it for myself. And I'm gonna play e5, strike back in the center, and that was not a good move. And suddenly white is in big trouble. Stonewall is a Norwegian specialty of sorts. It's been used by Seaman Agdestein quite a bit. I shouldn't have checked there without thinking. I had stronger moves. But I think this will be good enough to win the game. So I'm checking the standings. I'm way behind some of the other streamers. 4 points behind Aman. 7 points behind Ostrovsky. And 9 points behind Revnov from Canada. So basically there's 4 titled players in it, and I'm doing worst of everyone. And now I just blundered. He could have gone bishop g6. I'm not even paying attention. I should focus, and I should spend less time and play faster. Queen. There's a queen coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Do you get additional points for streak? Asks Banjo Snorkel. Yes, I get extra points for streaks. So not only am I quite a bit behind the other titled players, they are on streaks, whereas I just lost my streak with the draw. So I'm in big trouble. I should get some quick wins. Let's use the Caro-Kann to get some quick wins. Let's take this one and go knight f6. I could have taken on d4. I talk about quick wins, but I just make blunders instead. Eyeing the queen. That was not good. He really should not have captured there. And now he's going for the checkmate. Such a tricky guy. I don't think I'm gonna castle. You'll have to move your queen away before I dare castle. But I actually let him get into an opposite colored bishop thing. But on the other hand, if he takes it, then I can take some pawns afterwards. So he wants to keep it. He's actually thinking he's gonna checkmate me. I don't think so. But you are welcome to try, good sir. Let's take white pawns. He's gonna go c3, and then I'm just gonna try to take everyone. So nicely put together for capture. So that's one pawn. Let's get another one. Yeah, he didn't want me to take that one, but let's do here. There might be some rook coming down to a7. I'm slightly concerned about that, but on the other hand, I think I will gobble some more pawns in the meantime. So he sacrificed his piece, and there's just nothing going on. No threats, no nothing. Nothing to be scared of. And then he's coming with the rook. I might go here to exchange queens, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna take on c3, and then I can take on d4. I see what he's planning, but I'm not sure I even can be bothered to prevent it. Okay, I'll prevent it. I'll play this one. Queen f5 was a queen exchange. Not sure why I didn't do that. Free pieces and free queen. How am I doing? Wow, suddenly I'm ahead of Aman. The chess bra, I have you in my rear view mirror. The Grunfeld is the opening I'm trying to play. Let's not confuse anything. Here you go this move, I think. And then you go this move. And then this move. Then I think you do this. And claim that your opponent has weakened his position. Okay, that's weird. That's a pretty strange way to play, but let's do this to prevent knight b5 and some variations. Okay, I think I'm solid enough to do this. Also, I played the bishop to a6, so I'm preventing him from playing e4 in some lines because of bishop takes f1. So he'll probably need to take. I take back. He goes rook e1. And then I go rook d8. And maybe I have some pressure. Okay, Knight there. Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice an exchange. I think this is gonna be interesting. Knight f5, threatening knight e3. And he can take, but he chooses not to. That's interesting. He chooses not to take on f8. Now he goes for this plan, which he clearly was intending. And then knight b5. But knight b5 is not doing anything. I can just go a6. Wow, the Twitch chat is actually requesting Civilization gameplay. That's I did not see that coming. Okay, what's going on? I take a rook, you take a bishop. I'm pretty sure rooks are better than bishops. I'm pretty sure rooks are better than bishops. This is not going to be good for you, my friend. This is going to be some hurt coming your way. And I made a mistake already. Such a silly mistake as well. That's a mistake from him. Now I have queen here, some lines. Knight b5, I'm not too concerned. I'm going to be attacking on the f file. XCOM, I never played a first-person shooting game ever. Never in my life. On the other hand, I guess some of you would find that interesting. Complete beginner. Just playing. But it's, I like being good at the stuff I do. I wouldn't enjoy that nearly as much as you would. You want an ending with an exchange down? I will be happy to give you an ending with an exchange down. Checkmate! It's hammer time! Okay, I spent probably too much time on that, but it's a win, and wins are important. And I have... Aman lost the game, so I'm now 3 points ahead of Aman. And speaking of which, we have a Canadian. We have a Canadian with some random letters and numbers. Apparently Canada is on the up in the world of chess. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's just play some normal moves and see what happens. Let's castle. Let's do Queen b6. A Canadian with JB as the first letters. Thy fat bat is having some conspiracy theories in the chat. If white plays knight h4, would you play bishop back to g6 and recapture with the h-pawn? Probably, probably. I would also try to attack the d4 pawn. It would be poorly defended without the knight on f3. Let's see what happens. This is some tactics. And it seems to me that taking on e3 is a possible move that would win me a pawn. But on the other hand, I'm not sure I want to win that pawn. I'm going to take with the f pawn. That's funky. Opening up the f file for the rook. It's very funky chess. And it seems like I'm gonna have to take a break from playing to do some banning. Success. Both getting the spammers and the chess stuff, and staying up on the clock despite taking some time out. El Ignorante is saying that if Justin Bieber was a chess player, it would increase his respect. Well, that's your opinion, yes. Apparently, Carly Rae Jepsen, I think she's a Canadian as well. Apparently, she has said in some interview that she used to play chess with her boyfriend or something. Yeah, I kind of find it hard to believe, but I'm a skeptic by nature. I misplayed this pretty bad. Pretty bad. He's guarding everything, so let's go back and try to take the c file. But I also have a pawn weakness on e6, so I'm not very happy with my play. Let's try to do something for the king, a safe haven with h6 and king h7, and just tuck it out over there. Over there. Okay, so we're going for the endgame. I might even have to play h5 to prevent him from going queen h4. So now we have the king and safety. How am I going to do something on the other side? Let's start with this move. I should have gone b4. I should have gone b4. I regret my decision already. So he's keeping his queen here, guarding stuff. So I'll have to go on the offensive. See what this king can do if given the task to do something. So now I'm coming for, and he's going into the lost pawn ending. That's pretty good news. He was very low on time. Probably affected his decision. And I'm playing Bigfoot, Wouter, from the Netherlands. I played in his prime number prize tournament earlier. I think it was on Sunday, and I ended up 4th. The first prize prime number not to win a prize. So that was, it happens. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. This is actually interesting. He's playing incredibly quickly, which I really should try to exploit. I mean, he's basically saying that if you play quickly, I can hand you some quick points, given that I win. So as long as I manage to win, it's very much in my favor that he's speeding up the proceedings. So I should not play so quickly as not to win. But with this knight on d4, I really think I'm gonna take the full points. So there's a pawn sacrifice going on b7, but that's just gonna open files for me. So I don't think he should do that. He agreed. He's gonna exchange off my knight. I think that was a good decision by him. And now I'm not even sure I'm better. I actually had this pawn structure or something similar against Gelfand, and it was a very tricky pawn structure, very tricky. So I think if he was able to get his rook to f4, I would be in trouble. So first thing, I'm gonna put my knight on f2, just to make sure that his rook doesn't get the option of using the b file. But on the other hand, with this, I'm also sacrificing 2 pawns, which is not good news. Very not good news. So I'm gonna have to go into swindle mode, I think. He's gonna take that pawn. The a pawn is gonna be a monster. And it would seem that I have been tricked. He managed to get me playing really, really fast, and I have not played very well. But having played that fast, I'm gonna have to stick with it, and just keep playing quickly and hope for the best. So bishop d5 was a good move, hitting f7, hitting d4. I was fortunate to have a response. And now he goes ahead and gives up his rook. I have no words. I think that's a terrible, terrible move. If I take with the pawn, he goes king here. And it's not going to be so easy to break down. So let's take with the queen. Even with the extra exchange, it's not that simple. And now he should go bishop f3, I think. Because I'm trying to take on e3, e2. Now I have a passed pawn. So he has a passed pawn, I have a passed pawn. Let's see who makes it first. I'm just gonna go here. No. Yeah. No. Bishop e4. Okay, this is going to be slightly risky going f5, but I really want to move that bishop away. So let's not get checkmated. Easier said than done, but I think let's go g6. But then queen f4. risky stuff. But now the queen comes back to protect the f4 square. So he thought this check was going to be decisive. But my king is going to go to h6. And he thought he had queen f4 check. I protected that. And I'm going to win a very hard fought game. Very hard fought game. And we have another game against JB Bieber. Let's do exchanges. Let's hope that Bieber has not been studying his exchange Spanish. But judging by the speed, I'm going to say Bieber has been doing a lot of exchange Spanish, because this went really quickly. And I haven't done this for like 5 years, so I'm having trouble remembering what I'm supposed to do. I think I misplayed this some time earlier. I think the last last time I did something wrong. A4. I think let's go here. And then b6, a4. And if a5, knight b5. But then if he just castles, I have nothing probably. Yeah, this doesn't feel right to me. But he took on b3. Probably that's not so good. We're going to try out the endgame hypothesis. Let's see who can beat Hammer in an endgame. Yeah, actually he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. Now knight a5, he's going after the b pawn. I actually have to start concentrating, because now he's coming and it's pretty dangerous. The Spanish exchange is such a bad opening. I tried playing it a couple of times for a couple of years. I never managed to win a game. And now I'm in some kind of weird pawn structure I thought was going to be good for me, and now I'm just not sure. Not sure at all. Let's go g3. It's going to be useful in many lines. For instance, when he goes g5. And then I'll do this. Rook d3 and double the rooks. I've won many blitz games in the exchange Spanish. Many blitz games I have won. But no normal, regular time control games. I have a feeling that I played this guy in this opening before, and I ended up in trouble in the last game as well. This is not good advertising for my endgame prowess. I'm gonna go back. I should have taken on d6. I had an opportunity to sacrifice the exchange. Actually, that would have been very good. Yeah, now he goes f5. It's a very good move. Very good move. And he's going to sacrifice. Bishop takes. But I don't think I had any choice. I had to go into it. He's gonna check and then take the rook. Because otherwise I get my king to f3 and then I'm gonna be pretty good. Okay, that I don't think was a good move. f3. I mean, the further down the board he goes, the easier it's gonna be for me to use my king to attack him. Wow. Knight there. That's very brave. Very brave. I would have ended up being a rook and a bishop up. So that's good news. Let's do another reti opening. Knight f3 and g3. Phew, says Freeze in the house. I don't know what my opponent is thinking, but this was a fork. That was a fork. And I'm a piece up. Maybe I can get one quick win. That would be very good news. Yes! We have a quick win. Let's go for another. Let's do a proper Spanish this time. The exchange has not been giving me great memories. Let's do main line. Very traditional. Main line Spanish. Oh, he's such a traditionalist. So I'm going to go d5. A lot of people are not going to go d5 immediately. But I have this theory that you should just do it as quickly as possible. And then if given the option, I'm going to go c4 instead of b4. This is my current theory on the Spanish main lines. And then you go with everything to the other side and hope to checkmate your opponent. But it's going to be very hard. The black position is solid. But we're going to try. And let's evacuate the king. And then where to place the rooks? Here. And then let's do the other rook. Maybe double. I think maybe let's double the rooks. And let's do it without thinking too much. Let's double. And then we'll march His Majesty out of trouble. And then somebody's gonna blink. And the guy to blink was my opponent. But maybe he blinked at an appropriate time. Let's do queen d3. Some more threats toward the black king. Pretty big threats, I would say. This is looking good. I think it's looking good. Never walk into a fork is life advice from Linolam. Very aesthetic positions for black, says Batman. Okay, that's fine, but I'm gonna checkmate you on the next move. There's basically nothing you can do about it. So your position may be as aesthetic as you wish. You're still getting checkmated. Ah, rook h6. I didn't see rook h6. I played too quickly. I thought I had everything under control. Okay, but he blundered back. Rook h6. I think he just he forgot how many rooks I had in the g file. Rook h6 there would have been a good defense. Ah, he's still fighting. Good for you. Good for you. Still fighting. Never give up. But now you're not fighting anymore. No counterplay. Pawn up. Oh, you're gonna exchange. That's strange. Let's go e4. I like this knight. And then I'm gonna bring the king. Another endgame. Another win. The bishop dominated by the knight. That's the second, maybe third pawn ending with a win for today. Pairings and schedule for the Pro Chess League. I'm playing tomorrow. I'll actually be streaming while playing. It's not ideal, but we had a bit of a lack of players. We have some guys in Gibraltar playing the tournament there, and then we have some guys in the Netherlands playing Tata Steel, the tournament there. So we had to shuffle a bit, and I'll have to play the first board for the Norway Gnomes. I massively misplayed the opening. I'm in trouble. If I go rook b1, he has knight takes. No, he does not. Rook b1, knight takes, queen takes, and then knight e7 in the end. But he wasn't going to fall for that, was he? Now I might get an opportunity to do something with my bishop. Get the bishop out. Maybe I can even go with the bishop to b4. a3. That's strange. I think that's strange. I'm gonna do something not too normal. I'm gonna take it because it gives me a lot of control over the black squares, and putting the bishop on b4, I'm gonna lock down the A file. So maybe it's a positional mistake, but I was thinking, let's try something new. Maybe I should have taken with the C pawn. Then this would have been decent, because then I have light squared bishop coming in. Now I'm not so sure. Bishop f3, stopping any knight f3 ideas. Knight e4, I mean. He's very solid. f4 was a big mistake, because now my bishop gets the opportunity of joining the game here. So f4 was a big mistake. But it's still not easy to see how I'm gonna break through. Now he wants to go knight a6. And I cannot really prevent him from doing that. Yeah, that's not too good. Even after playing f4, I'm still not. It's still unclear. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just see what happens. Bishop c3, I can win back the exchange. But on the other hand, why would I give the exchange if I only wanted to get it back? Let's do this instead. I should have taken back the exchange. I regret my decision. And now I'm getting low on time. I'll just have to flag him, I think. It was funky giving the exchange, but now I'm just losing myself in this. And I'll have to... I might even be losing. I mean, it's not an easy position. But hopefully I'll have confused him enough to make a mistake. Checkmate. Hammer time. That was a close one. Close call on that. Not a very good positional game, but the confusion succeeded in the end. Another ready. Wow, g5. Wow. What a guy. From Romania. Really going after me. Coming at me with everything he's got. Let's come at him. Let's not do that. f4, then knight takes d4, followed by bishop c5. Would not be happy for me. The ready is unbeatable, says Batman. I think I'm going to create some trouble for him here. Let's take the rook if he's offering. And then I'm even going to go h5. I don't want him to get this pawn. I can get a lot of stuff. Let's go here. And let's do the quick win. Let's get him to resign having to exchange off the queens. He's an exchange and some pawns down. We got the quick win. We got the game against Hess. Robert Hess is in the house. And I'm number one. I'm number one. Announcement for all viewers. I'm number one. So this is going to be a big, big game. Very important. And I'm going to copy Gawain Jones. Gawain Jones got a good position against Hu Yifan. So I'm going to copy him. And now Robert played knight d7, which is not one of the good moves here. So now white should just get a very pleasant Catalan edge. Where should I put this one? Here. Do I want to take back with... Rooks to the center. I'm contemplating knight d6. I'll consider knight d6. Let's go here. If he goes b5, I go knight a5. So probably he needs to go b6. And then I go knight d6. Maybe I go knight d6 even if b5. Take. Knight takes, queen d6. So many good moves. I'm way better in this position. Okay, I'm going to play knight d6. The big mistake here is just thinking for too long. I have such a nice position, I shouldn't be thinking. I should just keep the flow. Pressure him both on time and on the clock. Rook d8, I guess, is the move he needs to make. But then I might play bishop takes c5. That's a good idea, actually. Bishop takes c5, knight takes c5, knight f5. I have such a great position. If I end up not winning this, I'm going to be very, very upset. Queen e3 next, I think. He's going for the exchanges. I'm going to be happy to do that. I'm happy to exchange and then go knight a4, putting pressure on c5. Very good position for white. Queen d6 coming up. Okay. If you're offering, I'll take. Okay, so now he's trying to confuse me, putting the knight so that I can take it. Do I want to take it? I really do. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to take it. But I have such a good position, it's not necessary. Let's go queen a5. Let's do the only move to blunder a piece. Okay, this is not good. I mean, queen a5 is such a move. This wins a piece, no? I am a winner. I'm playing Detective Kate Beckett. This is going to be a big game. I'm a huge fan of hers, of course. It's a great honor. How do they play this? They check, no? Ah, he tricked me. He took back with the bishop. I wasn't ready for that. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's do another ending. Put this one here. And then let's put this one there. And this one here. And then how to proceed. This one and then maybe this. This one. And then this. Now we're getting somewhere. We have restricted the white bishop in a big, big way. In a big way. Consider yourself restricted. Somehow that would be, I would be happy to say that to Detective Beckett. I don't know. Maybe that's too bold to say. I'm trying to be very family friendly. Let's see what happens. I can actually just, if I double my rook somehow, maybe I can just win the bishop. That would be so cool. That would be so cool if this bishop is just trapped. Yeah. G3 is coming, I can tell. Ooh, G4 even. Take with the knight. Huh. Check. Take. Danny just called you Super GM. Well, I am. What are you talking about? I am. Super Grandmaster. That's me. Very Super Grandmaster. Trap. I set a trap. Ah, and it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. I'm gonna go back. The trap didn't work. Ah, I should do something. I need to stop thinking. Overthinking things. There. That's pretty bold. I don't know what to do. And the guy is flagging me. I'm not the one trying to flag him. He's the one trying to flag me. Let's exchange some more. I misplayed this. I was much better at some point, and now he's the one trying to flag me. Such a cruel fate. What's going on? Why is he thinking? He disconnected for a little while. He's attacking my pawns. It's proving to be pretty annoying. I might actually get flagged. This is such a disaster. From such a good position. Blundered a pawn. That was a weird game. That was just a weird game. And I'm back to third. Apparently somebody was saying I was first. Well, I said I was first, and I was first. But now I'm back to third, and I also lost my streak. And everybody else has their streak intact. So that was a bad game. A bad result. And also put me down on third place with trouble coming. Yeah, that was so bad. So I'm 8 points ahead of Aman. And I'm 4 points behind the Canadian, I don't know who is. And then we have Ostrovsky in first place. But I beat Hess. I mean, I've been doing okay. It's a pity. I don't think I'm playing this massively accurately, but I think I have a pretty good position. I should have gone queen h5 first. And then he had to play g6 and I go queen g5. Okay, but he played this anyway, and now I'm massively winning. Massively winning. Just gotta figure out how. I'm playing too slowly. It's true. Let's just put the pawn on h6, and it's gonna create some very scary mating threats. And he's trying to chicken out. Do I have any way of punishing that? I should have. This one maybe? Not so much. Take this one, take that one. I don't know. I'm not too happy about this, actually. I feel like I should have had more. Let's see if I can checkmate him. He has threat, checkmate, actually. He resigned. He could have just played rook f8. Rook f8 was the only way to stop rook f6. And frankly, I'm not sure what I do after rook f8. I can probably take on h7 and win some pawns, but it's not instantly winning. So I'm still 6 points clear of Aman. Okay, now I'm just gonna play insanely quickly. I'm gonna gamble, and I'm just gonna go for it. I made him start thinking. Big strategic mistake. Yeah, no, Batman, I'm not playing Caro-Kann in your honor. I'm actually playing it because I normally play the Caro-Kann. So it's... Don't get any ideas. Oh man, I'm trapping my own queen. Yeah, misplayed that. Not doing too well. That quick win is just a distant hope on the horizon. Okay, never mind that. Quick win, back on. Giving a piece for absolutely no reason. Let's take a pawn. Oh, it's check. Are you kidding me? I thought let's just take the pawn next. Yeah, that could have been a dangerous check, because I was really hoping to get the queen on the diagonal to protect myself from some of those checks. But luckily I have this knight protecting c8, so he cannot check me on c8, and then I'm okay. Nice gamble, says Maiden3. Well, it's not working out too well. We already spent 2 minutes on this game. I was hoping for less. Ooh. Is that going to be the shocker to make him resign? No. How am I doing? Ostrovsky is now 8 points ahead of me. It feels like the distance is getting bigger, not smaller. And it's just 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes left of the arena. So I actually have to... I guess I have to pre-move the entire game, the next one. That's the only way I'm guaranteed to get a result, even with 4 moves remaining. Okay, next game. 4 minutes left. I'll have to pre-move massively. The good thing about the Catalan is that you can pre-move a lot. No trouble. Apparently this guy knows a lot of theory, because all of this I thought was very tricky. But he just played it really, really fast. I'm going to take this before he moves away. And then I'm going to go here. Then maybe here. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of my position. Too slow. Too slow. 2:44 left in the tournament, and my opponent has 2:20 something on the clock. D3 was not a good move. This pawn is going to be in trouble. I'll reroute my knight to D5. And then undermine his pawns. Unfortunately, he had the same idea about my guys. But I might end up with an extra pawn. This guy not going anywhere. Okay, we got a very interesting game going on. No time for thinking, because then we are going to lose on, well, not lose on time, but we're going to run out of time to win, which feels like a loss at this stage. Let's go rook here to double. Doubling rooks, achieved. Rook trade, likely. Ah, he has check. Check. That's a good check for him. Keeps him alive. It's gonna be a win, but is it gonna be in time? No. It's not gonna be in time. I tried, I played quickly, but the game was aborted as the tournament clock hit 0. I made 3rd place. I never got to play Ostrovsky. I never got to play him. It's a pity. I had a good win against Aman. I had a good win against Robert Hess. But it's not going to be enough. It's going to be another 3rd place finish. And I'm disappointed. I wanted more than that. But awesome sees the good, the good in things. Congratulations on being top 3. So there's $100 for number 1, $75 for number 2, and then a meager $25 for 3rd place. So I'm disappointed now. Linalam is pointing out that I may have had bishop takes a2 at some point. I hope not. If I had taken his rook and he would have resigned because of it, that feels bad. But on the other hand, I was nowhere close to the 2nd place. I'm 7 points behind. So I wasn't even close. I need to play faster for future events. That Thomas is saying that Revnov may not have been streaming. I don't know. I think he may have been. Fevang asks, do you make a living out of commentating chess? Yeah, partly. I play chess. I do commentary. I do some teaching. And I do a lot of different chess related stuff. So yeah, full-time chess something. Everything within chess. You won something last time, this time, says HMW Life. I will email my stats to chess.com. I definitely will, but I have no chance against the Chess Bras, unfortunately. The Chess Bras are making many, many more viewers, which is one of the prizes. Have you ever played Kahoot? No, I have not. But I have met one of the guys behind it. So, yeah. I want to try at some point, Kahoot. I haven't fully understood what's unique about it. Maybe Revnov was not streaming. I don't know. Probably he did. I think he had some kind of Slavic name, so maybe he's streaming in Russian. Top 1 entertainer, says Ringeiso. Thank you very much, and thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. I will make a chess Kahoot for you. Okay, well, I'm ready for it. Chess quizzes. I won a chess quiz in Reykjavik one year. I say I won. I was part of the winning team. Basically, Magnus answered all the chess questions, and I made sure that we managed to find the venue for the quiz. But it's a team effort. Team effort. You went up in rating, says Thy Fat Bat. Yeah, that's something, I guess. I don't really care too much about my internet rating. But wow, it's 50 points more than it usually is. Yeah, I guess that's something. $20 can get you 20 Mac chickens. I don't think you live in Norway. I cannot get 25 Mac chickens for $25 here. You're living in some kind of special place. You played like a winner, dude. Be proud. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy. The only thing I'm unhappy about is my placement. I mean, I beat Robert, I beat Aman. So there were some big matchups which I managed to win. So That's something. I'll download the Kahoot app and try that pin. I'll do that. Maybe you need to play a little faster next time. Yeah, I'm kind of catching up to that. Yeah, I realize that I'm playing a bit slow. That's kind of my problem with online Blitz. I'm so slow. So I'm pretty happy every time I manage to win games against good players without losing on time. You gotta play more aggressive openings for the quick wins. None of this ready stuff, says Batman. I think you might have a point there. I should do something to sharpen up my my openings. First and second had a game extra. Yeah, they have been playing quicker than me. I realize. You don't need to rub it in. Okay. Batman asks, are you going to keep playing or are you going to stop? I'm not going to keep playing, but I am going to keep streaming, actually. Because I'm going to do my Pro Chess League fantasy choices. So I'm going to do a screen grab of this. Let's do sources, screen capture. Let's do a screen grab of this, and that's going to be the end. Doing my fantasy Pro Chess League fantasy team. I'm actually going to take some notes. My team was not very successful last week. So this time I'm going to do it a bit more seriously. And I'm going to actually check the pairings to make sure which team plays against which. So it's Mumbai against Norway. We have Delhi against Oslo. Estonia. Those guys were pretty good. Estonia against Volga. Armenia against Riga. We have Cannes against Marseille. We have Amsterdam against London Lions. We have Towers against Puffins. Those Icelandic guys are pretty good. And then we have Stockholm against Ljubljana. And we have Webster against St. Louis. That's a big matchup. Webster against St. Louis. Those guys are, that's a local derby. We have the Chess Bros against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh? Do you have any good players in Pittsburgh? I don't know. We have Buenos Aires against the Blizzards. Montclair against Miami. We have Dallas against Rio Grande. I was really planning to do this ahead of time, but because of Magnus and his long game, I'm gonna have to fix it on the fly. Poorly prepared for. And Surfers against the Pandas. Okay. What has happened in the meantime in the chat? Who do you think is going to win the candidates tournament in current shape? Karyakin Aronian. Yeah, maybe. I really hope that Karyakin is making too many draws, but having won the candidates previously, I think you should definitely not dismiss him. Anand managed to come back to win the candidates together and get a rematch against Magnus. So you really should not underestimate having experience and performing under pressure. What, if any, are the difference between Arena Kings and normal chess? It is normal chess. It's just a tournament format. Yeah, it's chess. It's speed blitz chess, but it's a special tournament with prizes. Riga Magicians, good name. Yeah, it's a pretty good name. It's from Tal. Tal was nicknamed the Magician, and he came from Riga. Who's playing for the Gnomes tomorrow, asks Anders. It's going to be Hammer, Agdestein, Hansen, and Abdulauf. So it's a decent team, but not the best team we have. So I think winning the match would be huge. We're underdogs by some 100 points. And that's going to affect my choices in the fantasy. So let's go back to that, to the picks. My email address, my username, and then pick the candidates. Okay, this is tricky. Hunt is playing. I don't think he played the last time round for Armenia. We also have Salim Salah. He's pretty good. And then we have Onishchuk. Kovalenko is also good. I'm going to check my cheat sheet. Delhi is playing against Oslo. Delhi against Oslo. And Estonia against Volga. Volga doesn't have too good a guy. So I'm going to go for either Estonia or Delhi. I'm going to go with Salim. I think he's a very good blitz player. He can probably, if he concentrates, he's going to do very well. Then we have Adriasian. Armenia is playing Riga. That might be a tough one. We have Agdestein. Maybe I should put a punt on Agdestein. He's pretty good. He's on my team. I'm going to go for Agdestein on board number 2. Hope that he can get some nice wins against dangerous Indian players. On the third board, I'm going to go with this guy, Petrosian. He's some young Armenian. Maybe I should go with Kanep. No, I'm gonna go with Petrosian. I think it's a good chess last name. And then for the fourth board, that's always a tricky one. Let's see, Volga is playing Estonia, so probably I'm not gonna go for Dudukin, even though he's the highest rated player. There's this Indian kid who's playing Oslo. I'm gonna go for him. The Oslo team is pretty evenly matched, but it also means that the Indian kid is going to have a chance to get points in every single game. We'll move on to the next one. There's a big matchup between the two French teams. And we can see that Gawain Jones is using his rest day to play for the London team. The Towers is playing the Puffins. They're playing the Puffins, the Reykjavik team, and Gawain is taking time off, and he's going to want to strike back, get a good feeling before the last 3 rounds of the Tata Steel tournament. I'm going to put my faith in Gawain. And then for the second board, Wow, for the second board, this is surprisingly weak. Can this be correct? Yeah. So for second board, we're gonna go with not these British guys. I'm gonna go with, it's between Mazet, who's playing the other French team, and Scoban. I'm gonna go with Mazet. Mazet is gonna get my approval. Then we have the third board. And here we have some pretty good guys, including Alexienko, who recently won the Rilton Cup tournament in Stockholm. I'm going to go with him. I mean, he played the same tournament as me, and he managed to win that tournament. So I'm going to go with him. And for the fourth board, I think let's go with the Icelandic international master. He was doing very well last week. Yeah, I was pretty close to choosing Ure, but I decided against it. And Halvar asks, why didn't you put yourself on board 1? I'm not sure. Well, I know why. I'm not too... I think I had a bad experience where this Christmas when I lost against a 12-year-old Indian kid. So now every time I'm playing Indian guys, I try to stay a bit, not get overboard with expectations. Who do we like here? I really like Fedoseev. Fedoseev is a good, strong player. St. Louis is playing Webster, Corey. It's two very strong teams. Maybe we should see if somebody has a weaker team. Pittsburgh has Shabalov. Shabalov was doing very well in the previous round. But I don't think I want to go for him. Who is the Argentinian team playing? Blizzards. Ituzaga, Miami is playing Montclair. Lenderman. Yeah, I think Ituzaga, he can beat Lenderman. And if he can beat Lenderman, he can probably beat the rest of the team. Board number 2, Andrew Tang. He's very tricky guy. Probably a Twitch favorite, right? With all the bullet streams. Last time I went for Quesada. It didn't work out too well, the Cuban. Who's this guy? I never heard of him. I'm not going to go for him or him. So maybe I should go, who's playing the chess brass? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is playing the chess brass. I'm not going to go for him. And then who is playing whichever team? Bikovsky. Sopranos. Miami. I might go for my second Miami guy. Quesada, you get another chance in my team. If you keep disappointing, it's straight out. That is your final chance. And now for the next one. I might go with another Miami guy. They're playing Montclair. Cheka, I never heard of. Becerra, I heard of. Let's go Miami. Oh, Rosenthal. I heard he's very tricky. He was playing for the Chess Brass last season. And he was getting quite a bit of points. And who they're playing? They're playing Montclair. Who is the last Montclair? Patel. Somebody. I'm going to go with a 4-board fantasy Miami champions. That is, wow, probably not very clever, but let's and this is excellent. Send me a copy of my responses. Yes. Last time I couldn't remember who I had picked and which team to score the most points. Clearly, I will have to say the Miami Champions, having 4 players from their team, but it's 4 very good players. I'm just gonna copy your picks, says FoQ. Well, I mean, you're happy to do that, but I didn't do very well last week. But you're very happy to do that. For the Pacific, very welcome, I mean. For the Pacific Division, I have a tendency of choosing the Chinese guys. The Chinese have such a strong team. Now they're up against the Surfers, Dreyev. Dreyev is a good player. Dominguez is good. Who is Dominguez playing? Ooh, he's playing Hikaru. This is a tricky one. This is a very tricky one. Should we go for Hikaru? But everybody's going to pick Hikaru, so it's kind of cooler if we go for somebody. But seeing as how everybody's going to pick Hikaru, I might as well pick him. Because then it doesn't really matter whether he doesn't do very well. I'm thinking Chengdu is good, but let's do Hikaru. He's a decent chess player, I would say. And then for the second board, then I'm going to go with Sevian is on the Surfers. It's a tough matchup. San Diego against the Chengdu Pandas. It's a tough matchup. This guy from Rio Grande, he doesn't sound very strong. I never heard of him. So let's go with whomever is playing Rio Grande. I'm going to go with Holt of the Dallas team. And then, have I heard of the Rio Grande guy? No. Have I heard of the Dallas guy? No. The Aussie team was not very impressive. They are playing San Jose. But I have not heard of the San Jose guy either. Ostrovsky just won the Arena Kings tournament. He just won the Arena Kings, so maybe we should go for him. But on the other hand, I'm not sure he's going to be massively successful against Hikaru. But on the other, yeah, this Seattle guy I never heard of. So let's go for Ostrovsky. Say that he's on a roll. And now, last time I picked Nasi. And she was doing okay. And they're playing some guy from Seattle I never heard of. But on the other hand, these Chinese guys or girls who we never heard of. It feels like you should often pick the underrated Chinese. I'm going to give Nasi another chance. They're playing the Seattle Sluggers. And they had 2 players I never heard of. So I'm going to go with Nasi on that one. And Miami as the top point scorer. So I'm going to see the chat for any input before I go. Oh, there's some disturbance in the chat over considering the Chinese guys over Hikaru. I went with Hikaru in the end. But Yu Yangyi is very strong. He's a good pick as well. All Miami, I won't copy your picks. That's fine by me. I really like the Miami guys. And I'm not sure this Montclair team is too strong. I think they might pick up a lot of points. So that's my fantasy pick for the Pro Chess League. Please make sure to come back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Oslo time. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. The Norway Gnomes are playing. I'll be playing against the Mumbai Movers. A Norway-India matchup, just like a couple of world championships. Mumbai is the team of Vidit. It's the team of Anand. Norway Gnomes is the team of Carlsen. It's the team of Tari. but unfortunately, all 4 of those players are keeping their Tata Steel rest day sacred. You get to see Agdestein, you get to see Hammer, and that's going to be a pretty good consolation prize. Terrible picks, says Lindelam. I can live with that. Let's compare for next week, for the next stream. Come back and let me hear your score, and I will. I'm pretty confident I can beat a lot of scores. So let's see it. I'll also be back on TV2 the day after tomorrow, on Friday, covering Carlsen against Mamedyarov, the 2 leaders of the tournament. For the Norwegian audience, I'm going to be back at 3 p.m. Tomorrow to do some game analysis of the last Tata Steel action. So for the Norwegian audience, it's tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's going to be my next stream, and Pro Chess League coming in at 5 p.m. And Ulrich has mentioned that my team's average rating is the lowest of all teams. So we will try to get some upsets tomorrow. That's it from me. Match against Bartholomew on February 1st. That is correct. I will be playing Fischer Random against Jon Bartholomew on February 1st. So check out my event schedule, and you don't want to miss out that. I'm going to call it a day. It's been a long one. Take care, everyone.